If you receive SSI or SSDI, this is one update you absolutely need to hear, because starting this November, something unusual is happening. Millions of people will see two separate deposits show up. And yes, this applies to seniors, disabled adults, disabled children, and many who get both SSI and SSDI. And to be clear, this isn't rumor, hype, or guesswork. This comes straight from the official Social Security Administration payment calendar for the upcoming months. The only reason this double deposit is happening is because of how the dates line up between November and December. So if you're wondering, am I really getting two checks? Why is SSI paying twice? When exactly will the deposit land? What does this mean for my monthly budget? Stay with me, because I'm going to break down the exact dates, who qualifies, and how much you can expect, all using verified SSA and Treasury information. And I promise to keep it simple and stress-free, because this month brings a rare timing shift, and for many people, it's arriving right when it's needed most. Before we go deeper, let me quickly introduce myself. I know trust matters when we're talking about government benefits, payments, Medicare, and Social Security. Every week, I spend hours digging through SSA bulletins, Treasury payment files, Medicare policy updates, and federal notices, so you don't have to read pages of confusing government language. Everything I share comes directly from official sources: the Social Security Administration, the U.S. Treasury, Medicare, and the VA. No news rumors, no speculation, only verified, confirmed information. My goal is simple: to explain these updates in clear, plain English, so you always know what's coming and how to prepare without stress or confusion. Now let me speak to you directly. I understand how hard it is right now to live on a fixed income. Everything costs more: groceries, gasoline, prescription copays, electricity, rent. Every bill feels heavier, and your monthly check doesn't stretch the way it used to. So when a month comes along where you receive an early deposit or an extra deposit, it can make a real difference. It might help you catch up on the electric bill, refill your medications, buy groceries for the week, or just breathe a little easier. That's why I'm breaking this update down carefully and clearly. Here's the entire update in one simple sentence. SSI recipients will get two payments in November, one on November 1st and another on November 29th. Why does this happen? Because December 1st falls on a weekend this year. Whenever that happens, the SSA sends the payment out one business day earlier, which lands on November 29th. That's why November becomes a double month. So here's the timeline. November 1st, your normal November SSI payment. November 29th, your December SSI payment arriving early. This creates two deposits in the same month. Now, this part is important. People who only receive SSDI do not automatically get two checks. But those who receive both SSI and SSDI will still receive both SSI deposits on the 1st and 29th, and their SSDI on its usual schedule. Let's talk about who qualifies for the two SSI payments. This includes seniors age 65 plus receiving SSI, adults with disabilities receiving SSI, children with disabilities receiving SSI, individuals receiving both SSI and SSDI, concurrent beneficiaries, certain widows or low-income seniors qualifying under SSI income rules. To make this easier to picture, here are two real lifestyle examples. Example 1, Dorothy, age 72, Indiana. She receives SSI only. She will get her regular SSI deposit on November 1st. Since December's deposit can't land on a weekend, her December payment arrives early on November 29th. So Dorothy receives two payments during November. Example 2, Michael, age 54, North Carolina. He receives both SSI and SSDI every month. His November SSI payment arrives on November 1st. His SSDI arrives on his normal weekday based on his birth date. Then he receives another SSI deposit on November 29th, his December payment delivered early. This early arrival helps many people get ahead of rent, energy bills, winter expenses, or holiday costs. Now let's go over the actual SSI amounts for 2025 based on the latest SSA numbers. Single adult, $943. Married couple, $1,415. Essential person, $472. Here's what that looks like in November. Single adult, November 1st, $943. November 29th, $943. Total for the month, $1,886. Married couple, November 1st, $1,415. November 29th, $1,415. Total for the month, $2,830. If you receive both SSI and SSDI, your SSDI check still comes on your normal Wednesday based on your birth date group. The two SSI payments are separate and arrive on the dates already mentioned. Let's go over some helpful forms that can make managing benefits easier. SSA-44, used to appeal or reduce Medicare IRMA charges. QMB, SLMB, QI, Medicare savings programs that help pay premiums. Extra help, lowers prescription drug costs. Form W4V, allows voluntary tax withholding to stabilize your monthly check. Here's a quick calculation moment. If your SSDI check is $1,800 and the projected COLA increase is roughly 2.2%, here's how it breaks down. $1,800 times 2.2%, approximate $39 increase. If Medicare Part B rises around $15, the net increase is about $24. Knowing this kind of math helps you plan ahead. Now here's some reassuring news. Getting two payments in November doesn't reduce anything. You aren't losing a future check. You aren't being penalized. You aren't borrowing from next year's payments. This is simply the SSA following standard payment rules. For many people, this timing change helps with paying rent before the 1st, avoiding late fees, refilling prescriptions, stocking up on food, preparing for winter or holiday expenses. Even small timing changes like this can prevent overdraft charges or late fees, which keeps more money in your pocket. But I also want to be honest with you. While two payments in 1 month feels good, remember, you will not receive an SSI payment on December 1st. That check arrives early on November 29th. So budgeting carefully is important. November may feel like a bonus month, but December follows immediately, and you want to be prepared. Inflation is still here. Groceries are still expensive. Utility bills continue to creep upward. Prescription copays rise quietly every year, and while next year's COLA will help, it might still feel smaller than the rising cost of living. You're not imagining it, and you're not dealing with this alone. This isn't meant to scare you. This is about preparation. Preparation puts you in control. Here are steps you can take right now to make sure your payments come smoothly. 1. Log into your My Social Security account. Verify your upcoming payment dates and amounts. 2. Double-check your direct deposit information and mailing address. Even one incorrect digit can delay your money. 3. Apply for extra help if your prescription costs are too high. Many people qualify and don't realize it. 4. Check your eligibility for Medicare savings programs. QMB, SLMB, and QI can pay your Medicare Part B premium, saving up to $174.70 per month. 5. Plan a 2-month budget for November and December. Remember, no SSI payment arrives on December 1st. 6. Contact your local SHIP or area agency on aging. They offer free benefits counseling to help you maximize your savings. 7. Compare Medicare plans carefully. Give-back plans can reduce your Part B premium, but review drug coverage and provider networks first. 8. Tax tip. Consider Form W4V for voluntary withholding. This can help stabilize your net monthly benefit. Here's a quick summary of what to expect next. The new COLA is usually announced in mid-October. Final Medicare premiums are released in late October. Any new federal relief must be approved by Congress or through a presidential order, and if that happens, I'll cover it immediately. States will soon begin announcing winter energy assistance programs. Early reports suggest a small but positive COLA increase next year. Your January payment will reflect that updated amount. Before I wrap up, I want to tell you something important. Your benefits are not charity. They are earned. You paid into the system. You worked, you contributed, and you put in the years. You deserve every dollar you receive. And even with rising prices, you continue to manage your budget, stretch your income, and push through tough months. You're stronger than you realize. Receiving 2 payments in November won't solve every problem, but it is a bit of relief in a difficult season, and you deserve that breathing room. You've handled every challenge up to this point. You'll handle this one too. If this explanation helped you, please take a moment to like this video. It helps more people get accurate information instead of rumors. And if you want ongoing, verified Social Security updates, make sure you're subscribed. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever received 2 payments in a month before? And what's the biggest challenge for you when budgeting on a fixed income? Your comments help me create videos that truly support this community. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I'll see you in the next update.